Fighting for.
Hi guys, welcome to Let's Talk Music, and if you're new here, then welcome. I have guests.
Hello.
Guys, I haven't had guests in a while. Last video I did was a vlog, so this will be good fun. These guys are Roots and Wings. I saw them play with Sad Cult and Regional 1 in Weymouth at the Finns. Right there. Plug it. So do you guys want to introduce yourselves? Tell us what you do in the band and all that jazz.
Yes.
Yes.
Right. My name is Toby, and I am the drummer in the band, the loud and then fucking obnoxious one. So, hello, nice to see
you can tell.
I'm Josh. I'm the bassist, and I'm tall and eat a lot. That's kind of what I'm known for.
Nothing.
Love it.
Nothing.
No, that's just food.
And I'm just Al. I'm the guitarist. I'm there at the front. He's there at the back.
And singer.
And I sing. Yeah. I mean, I play guitar.
Just the guitarist. Just yeah.
Yeah. It's all it's lip syncing. That's all it is.
All lip syncing.
What?
He's a good singer. He is a good.
He's a good singer.
He's a guitarist, but he's a good singer.
Yeah. That's cool.
Subtle shade.
Well, when I heard you guys at Finn's in Weymouth, I liked what I heard. It was good. You guys got the crowd going like really well as well. I like the interaction you have with the crowd, which is quite nice. I like going to a gig that you like people interact with the crowd rather than just stand there and play, which is positive signs. That always gives me more like, yes, I want to see you guys again. So that was positive. So yes, let's dive right in. I like to start my interviews with like a little bit of an icebreaker question. It's a bit of a strange one. Some people are like, why are you asking me this? Some people love it. So we'll go with it. You can either do it collectively as like a whole band, or you can do it like individually. It's up to you. But the question is, if you could describe your personality as a color, what would it be and why?
As a color?
Yeah.
Fuck me. What's the most extreme fucking color that there is? We'll have to go on Google because I
will have to Google. Are we doing it as a band or just individually?
No.
It's up to you.
Oh man,
let's do it as a band. It's easy. Come on. We're not that smart.
I only know one color.
Yeah.
If Toby was a color, it would be harmful to people. Toby doesn't have a color.
Radioactive.
Radio.
Let's see. Oh, you wear a lot of blue.
I wear all blue. Not true. Right? This is like the first time.
Very much. Yeah, I
you wear colors.
I think.
Let's see what we've got.
I'm gonna go for like a mix of red and white.
Red and white.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Go for it.
Yeah.
This would be.
I love how much thought you're putting into this.
I'm trying to find the most extreme color that we've got.
Toby's researching this.
We've got specific computer colors. We've got. I think I'm a hashtag FFOOOO.
Yeah.
And there's gonna be some geezer who knows what that is, and he's going, "Hey."
Yeah, they're gonna comment underneath. It'll be great.
Yeah, listen.
So, in conclusion, we don't know.
Fair.
I'm absolute zero. That's what I am.
Love it. I freaking love it. And most people who I interview, and I don't know whether it's because I interview a lot of rock bands and a lot of like metal, they're like black.
Right.
Black. I'm like, God's sake. I just like to open with it because I feel like it's a funny one to open. It gets people talking. But Roots and Wings, where did the name come from?
Well, the actual band as a name's been going on for about a couple of years now. Just years. And I've always had that thought. I have nabbed it from somebody else.
No way.
It's not a name. I'm not going to say what, but it's a song called, I think, Roots and Wings. But the point is not that. The point is that it was basically the thought of roots, which is where you basically start. In the band, before I started the band, I was born somewhere else. I wasn't born in the UK because I'm not British. Born in Italy, and that kind of sort of for me goes, roots is where you started and never forgetting, and then wings. I guess wings are kind of these guys because they're helping the band going up.
Oh, that's so wholesome.
People say this behind camera. We're not getting any. Before the camera, it's
whiplash. There'll be cymbals fucking. But no, yeah, roots and wings, kind of, where you start, where you go, not forgetting your roots, not forgetting where you've come from, and then
Ah, that's quite a wholesome name.
you're up in the sky. Sky's the limit.
Another thought could be, you know, we're meant to lift your sorrows with our music.
Christ.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys definitely have that vibe. I feel like there was some like random girl in the audience that night.
What do you mean,
I'm
random?
just here to like, because I'm sad.
She was
Yeah, she was great.
What do we say?
Shout out to her if she's watching. Shout out to you.
Gosh, I don't think she's ever watching me.
Surely someone's
There, down there.
Yeah, somebody. Get this video to that.
Yeah.
I don't know what her name was. I couldn't describe her.
She definitely saw three of you.
But she was heavily intoxicated. Didn't have
Yeah, but she was loving life.
Josh, of life, nothing else.
She definitely wasn't loving life before you guys started playing, and then she was loving life. So
Be on our website. We definitely wasn't like because we played.
I'm a bit sad, but I'm not now.
Pictures
Yeah.
on our website. First gig.
I'm a bit sad, but I'm not now.
I'm not now. Roots
Yeah.
and Wings. Someone just playing.
I love it. It was great.
Check it out. God,
So
you're editing this.
Fun times. Don't make it harder. No, no, it's fine. So you guys, what got you into music, either individually or as a band, or however you want to go? For those of you who don't know, you guys probably don't know. I used to be a drummer, and then yeah, it's why my logo's a drum kit, because I was like, gotta get that in there. And then I did music as a GCSE. I dropped it for a bit. I kind of went into theatre a little bit more, and I do lights and sound now, producing. And then I got into local music because Regional One, they're really good friends of mine, and they were like, come to gigs, and then I met other people. So that's my background, just to give you guys, and I don't actually think I've told that story on here, so for you guys at home as well. So what got you guys into music?
Should we go this way again?
Yeah.
If you want to.
Of course, we're going to start.
I was taught I need to start, right. So kudos to my dad and my mum, but they have an amazing music taste. So they're like, my dad is very, you know, diverse in the sense of he likes rock, he likes funk, he's really into blues. So obviously he started me off with Led Zeppelin, kind of Green Day, Oasis. So obviously for me, Oasis is my favorite band. I just love them. And you know, then I started discovering Foo Fighters. Then I kind of branched off. So what I did was, when I was in my primary school, we were doing some like kind of acoustic drums, so like a fucking tribal drum essentially. And I was doing that, and then a teacher, Mr. Creech, came in and he said, you know, I'm doing drumming lessons. And obviously for me that was like, that sounds sick. I know what drumming is, but I've never really give it a thought. So then he said, do you want to come down? So I came down, and then usually what they say is, it's so Taylor Hawkins has a story. He said when he went to play on a kit with one of his mates, if you can play a 4/4 groove, you tend to just naturally have it. And I could very easily. It didn't take me long. I just could do it. So he was like, you should did that. And then I just started off, and then I got encouraged because Trey Cool from Green Day, I was obsessed with him like as a drummer for a while. So I went to drum everything he could. So then I kind of just started learning in a Green Day book, doing my grades, and then just kept going and going and going. And then what I started to realize was, you know, I liked the idea of writing in a band, because I would say, you know, you could be a drummer who's a session, who can like play what they're on the music, but I'm a creative drummer. Like I pride myself in making music and doing stuff like that. So basically I was like, you know, I want to be creative, let my creative side come out. And then obviously I joined this band, and it's one of the best bands I've ever played in. So I don't intend on leaving. I don't want to. Why not?
Fair enough.
There's the band in my head.
Yeah, that's fine. Go
on, I didn't know any of that.
No, fine, there you go. Learn something every day.
It'll be forgotten.
Yeah.
What, 10 years since you played? 10 years, 10 years?
Probably about 11. Yeah, something like
I still can't keep fucking time.
that. I got here on time for this interview. I have, well, actually, technically. Okay, go on.
Go on, I'll go. I sort of started my music playing at about, I think it was about 6 or 7. So it's about the same time as you, probably on 11 or 12
Probably,
years
yeah.
ago now. I obviously being born and growing up in Italy, I did a lot of my growing up there, and I sort of played a lot of just the classics who probably nobody unless you're born there at my time knows. But just I had my brother, I had 2 big brothers. I still have 2 big brothers. They're not dead, they're alive. 2 big brothers, and they're my the bigger brother, who's now about 30. He sort of introduced me to the big rock and roll stars, like you've got Slash and Guns N' Roses and AC/DC and all those people. So that's kind of how it started. I took some lessons at the beginning. I went to a posh classical conservatoire, which was really nice. I did that for about a year. I played the what's it called? What the clarinet, the oboe.
Oh,
Did you?
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ!
It was mandatory. So to get enrolled into normal school, you had to go do a year of something. And I wanted to do saxophone because I love blues, but they were like, "We haven't got saxophone." But
Here's
literally,
another woodwind
the
instrument.
oboe teacher was
The one
about to,
everyone likes.
the oboe teacher was about to walk out the room as they tell me we haven't got saxophones, and they go, "Do you like oboe?" And I was like, "I can give it a go." And they go, "Oh, hang on, that's my
Fair.
oboe era. From oboe to hobo."
Good chat.
So that's it, really. And then I moved to the UK, and I started sort of doing a lot more of the electric guitar stuff and lead and same as you, really, Led Zeppelin and all the kind of rock stars and people like that. Clapton, Jeff Beck, and Slash, and main inspirations, really.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's
Here
cool.
we are.
Fun.
Yes.
That's interesting.
Who the hell are you, man?
I've got a grade 1 violin. That's as hard as
Yeah.
it. These guys were when you'd both graduated, right? Music, like college, music university.
He graduated.
Did you drop out?
Yeah, I dropped out.
Um,
So literally 6 months before I was meant to graduate. So I kind of did a good
Okay, yeah, you
I
did
just
good
didn't
stuff,
officially on paper.
I have just always gone to gigs. I went to see Red Hot Chili Peppers was first gig.
Wow.
My parents took me when I was like 3 or 4. That was great. That was with NERD, so Pharrell, but I don't remember that at all. All I remembered from that gig is like a Mexican wave. And
He was about this tour as well.
I don't know, like irreparable hearing damages.
Nice.
Since then, so I grew up in Scotland. Yeah, the accent. I grew up in Scotland. Grew up in Glasgow. My dad's a big metalhead. He was into like Bowie and then anything alternative, and he went like heavier and heavier as you always do. Metallica into Slayer, and then he kind of bottomed out like kind of there. I went to see Megadeth. I went to see Metallica. I went to see like just all these shows. It never came from my interest in music. Didn't come from. It came from going to. I want to perform. I don't just want to play music. Like I don't as much respect as I have for everybody that can sit at home and like play songs perfectly that I would never be able to. I want to be the dude on the stage. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was always the dude.
The dude.
The dude, Josh.
Remember that old movie? What was it? You remember that? The dude?
What the hell are you on?
Oh man, that is a reference. That doesn't
Hey,
so I tried in 6th form. I had been playing guitar. I got like a 3/4 scale guitar, then got an actual one, and then met some guys who were also musical and got relegated from guitar to bass, as always happens. And then fell in love with the bass and got really into like Jamiroquai and Flea, and I mean I was always, but like really into it. And then just from there, like
Fair.
Guess it's easier with 4 strings instead.
Yeah, it was like
I think about.
You're telling me that I can smash it off things, and I don't need to spend as long tuning. Like, why would you?
And if you break a string, you know you're doing well.
I've never broken it. That's fantastic. Like the string.
It's all good. So that's they're really cool stories actually. Each one of you have like a really like long, cool journey. It's a bit different to what I normally hear, which is quite cool. I've got a 7-year-old daughter at the moment who's learning to play guitar, and yeah, I'm like, if you're 7 and you're learning now, then
oh yeah,
God no, yeah. I'm waiting for her to be, you know.
one finger just fucking playing.
The next Henson, like, no. And
That's cool.
She's maybe one of these people that I look up on YouTube how to play something, and it's a kid.
Yeah, she's it's my fault. I took her to her first gig when she was 6. We went to see, like, it was like a local gig. It's like a family friendly local gig, and she is obsessed with Regional One. She loves them. So they were playing it, and I thought, well, we'll go. And then she saw Stevie from Regional One play guitar, and she was like, I want to do that. So it's not my fault, it's Stevie's fault. So you can take the credit for that, I suppose. And then after that, it was like, she was like, that's what I want to do. I want to be in a band, I want to play guitar, I want to be a rock star. And I was like, let's make it happen.
Well,
yeah, us too.
Yeah. Us too. Fucking what? Which one's not in this?
Yeah. But
us too. Back about you fucking go.
Yeah. That's cool. So so for people at home who haven't heard you guys yet, what kind of have you got like a genre of music? Have you like settled on one thing? I know some bands at the moment are trying out different things, but what kind of sound are you guys going for?
I'd say predominantly, if you were to look us up and you were to think, you know, recommend us to a friend and go, what do they play? You'd say rock.
Yeah.
Confidence say. I never really like to say like, oh, indie rock or rock indie or because I feel, to me, rock is such a wide.
It is, yeah.
Such a wide genre, and if one day a tune comes out that's a bit more hard rock, fine, so be it. If one day it's a bit more indie rock, then you know.
Yeah, and I'm seeing more and more at the moment with especially with local music, people are moving away from like homing in on one sound, and they're sort of going more bright, like wide, and being like, we're rock, but we do like wide range of it, rather than we're just indie rock or we're just this. And that's quite nice, because it means that you kind of have a little bit for someone out there. I'd like to think a little bit for everyone, hopefully. There'll always be one person obviously that moans about it, but that's just life. But yeah, I like that. So
I think I was just gonna say, I think the advice we have is that because of how, I think, you know, because we've got a single out already on Spotify called Fade Away, and I think if you listen to that song already, right, you've got Al's vocals, which is kind of rock, but it's got a good element of like softer indie pop. So it's like got the power rock, the projection of it, and then you've got the guitar that is very rock, but then obviously it's kind of, I would picture it as, you know, it's got a very obvious Foo Fighter element. Like you would hear that and you would go, that's very similar to Foo Fighters. So therefore we've got that. But I think we try and incorporate a lot of other elements of other things, not as much on the pop aspect really, but to kind of keep it, you know, wide and varied, wide and varied. There you go.
There you go.
So that everyone can kind of take a little bit and go, oh, this is similar to that. But I think, you know, we do definitely have, I would say it's definitely rock for us.
Yeah,
but
it's cool.
There's elements that people can take from us.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm going to switch it up a tiny bit here. And I've only done this twice so far with interviews. But I'm going to give you guys a chance, if you want to, you don't have to ask me a question.
Well, I've got
a question each or one question?
Well, I don't mind. However you want to do
it. When you saw us play, okay, I don't know necessarily if you know already, but I'll ask you, how many gigs do you think we played before that?
I literally have no idea, but I was assuming at least a couple, because you guys were solid and you were tight on stage.
That was our first gig.
For real? Yeah. That's mad.
As the band.
That's
what you see
collective.
Yeah. It's
not
like us as musicians.
Yeah.
We liked that idea that, you know, because we weren't going to sell it as, hey guys, it's our first gig, so, you know, please be nice, you know, it's so fucking grow up, you know. But it was kind of, we wanted to really blow away, because we had like a few, I'd say nerves necessarily in the sense of how it would go down, like, you know, the process. Is there something that like, would someone shout something and then we weren't ready for it? But
yeah,
I think so natural and so authentic between all of us that when we did it, it was kind of like, you know, this felt right. You know what I mean? Like, thinking about this was uncomfortable, and I think, yeah, go on.
Sorry, you wouldn't have known that was your first gig as a group of you three. 100% thought you would have at least done one or two, at the very least, if not more. You were so solid, so like, yeah, that's incredible that it was your first one as a group. Very cool.
We're only getting better.
Yeah,
I mean, exactly. You can only go up. Do you know what I mean?
Soho in London, our recent one. That was like, I mean, if you thought that was good, I mean, that we do just keep. We're tooting our own horn, but I'm just being honest, right? We do just keep getting better. That gig in Soho, London, because my family came to see, and like obviously, Al's brother, you know, our friends and family and stuff like that, they were just like, this one, the interaction, how natural it felt from us, it was like 10 times better than that one.
That's cool.
Don't get me wrong, that gig in Finns was brilliant. Like, it gave us the confidence to go, you know what, we're fucking for this. But this so was just unbelievable.
That's cool.
So
well, that's just it. Why the reason I do this is I feel like local music is not enough people go out and watch stuff, not enough people support it, but if you don't support your local music, then you don't get any bigger music. And you know, we're at a place, I think, at the moment where we need newer stuff coming through, we need newer bands coming out, but if you don't support them whilst they're at your guys' level, then we're not going to get that. But people want new stuff and new fresh stuff, but you're not going to get new fresh stuff without supporting the local stuff, in my opinion anyway. And that's why I do this. And yeah, I've seen bands. I honestly have had a better time at some local gigs, festivals, whatever, than at going to. Don't get me wrong, like I've seen some bands that they've been amazing. And I wouldn't change it, but I've had a really good time, but I have had a better time sometimes at a local gig, and that's why I started Let's Talk Music. So yeah, I do like, that's insane that that was your first. I honestly really shocked. Like, I'm literally like, you need that glue, you need that, like, we're in sync with each other on stage, and it's really good that you've already got it and you don't have to, like, because I feel like if you're building it, it's maybe not necessarily the right band. The fact that you just had it,
we're just really
cool.
Good. I was just gonna say we're good mates as well.
Yeah.
But hard band. So what you don't have is that reason why that gig was so natural is because, like, there was no tension between anything.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't like we were session musicians, we hadn't seen each other. Like, it was just we would take the mickey out of each other, right? And it's like, yeah, I hear this daily. So, like, obviously them giving me chat, it's like, this is almost every sentence in their vocabulary.
It's just, you know, go into rehearsals, but you've got somebody in front of you listening.
Yeah.
Essentially. It's all about, you know, it's such a massive, like you were saying, like, it's good to go to big gigs, but you've got to, like, understand that people don't go to a gig just to hear the songs, because if they were to do that, then, you know, you can just put your headphones in and do it. You know, they want to, you're performing. When you're live, you're not, in a way, it might sound silly to say, well, you're not a musician, you're a performer. So if you can't,
although I'll let you away with that, but I'm never gonna sync my tracks. I don't want to do that. Oh, God, we play everything, nothing that you're hit with.
Everything live.
It's a level of obviously.
But that's the same as what I was saying. You know, if we sync or a backing track, then in that sense, you know, if you want to hear it authentically and as perfect as it can be, just listen to it.
Yeah, right? Yeah, exactly. Come see us. We actually do
it. It's cool. It's very similar in like I was saying, at the moment I'm doing a uni degree in performing arts, and it's very similar to that aspect in the sense of you can watch a rehearsal like, and it's going to be completely different to what we put out on that stage. And we're putting like you guys were putting on a performance at the end of the day. But the bands that I go and watch that I have firstly booked for my Rock Beats Cancer gigs, or that I've enjoyed the most, are guys like you that put on a performance whilst you are playing on stage. Get the audience involved. You know, like even if it's just little jokes in between the songs, or you've got a moment, like you guys had a moment with like glow sticks at that gig, and it just made me feel part of it, and that's what you want. Do you know what I mean? And that's why I'm then like, I'm gonna go and see them again, because they made me feel part of that moment, which is awesome.
I always wanted, but for quite like for months, I was searching for something, and this was just by looking at other bands when this band was starting up, of just looking at other people and going, well, what are they doing that's clearly successful in terms of a successful live performance? So I need to find something that people can do, people can be involved with without just being it.
Without knowing the words.
Yeah, and the thing is, I see, you know, back in the 90s and 80s and 70s, you'd have the lighters.
Yeah, I missed that.
And then you see sort of the whole thing evolving, and nobody has lighters at gigs anymore. It's just the phones. And I thought, well, the lighters, I feel, you know, everybody gets a bit weird about that. You know, you can't really do that everywhere. And then phones,
smoke.
Phones. I always thought, well, I'd hate for somebody to be. Oh, obviously, unless they're taking the picture.
No.
I hate the fact of phone is such a distraction, especially when you're going to see something. And I just hated that idea. So I thought, well, let me find something else.
That's cool. No, I liked it. It was good. It was good fun. I liked it. So if you guys could pick any band in the whole entire world, alive or dead, to play with, who would it be?
We're gonna give different answers to this.
Okay, go for it.
Now this is a tricky one, because obviously I'll say Oasis was always Oasis, you know. But obviously the only difficulty I have is because they always were going at each other like fucking bulldogs, right? It's kind of like, I would love to play with them, but I think it wouldn't be as fun. But I think recently it would have to be Foo Fighters. It would have to be just. 100%. I think I would have to. No offense.
That one.
I think no offense, obviously, to the new drummer. I think it's John Priest. Josh bollocks. Got that right. But obviously, I think for me, because I grew up with him, I would have to swap him out. Fuck off, right? I would have to swap him out for Taylor and then play with Taylor Hawkins, and obviously the original.
Yeah, but I was hoping they were going to be at Download this year, but never mind. We move on from the Download lineup. Have you guys got different answers, or?
I think personally, this is going to be so weird, because I even myself would have thought, I'll probably go with Foo Fighters, but then thinking about it as a musician, because I've played in like because I've played in like different scenarios and settings of like, one is more like a gig itself with the guys and with a band, and then I've also done some, not much, but some like session type work. So it's kind of, for me, merging the two, because it's a very different vibe when you do session work where you actually with a band, part of a band. I'd have to say probably Toto. Because I just think
I would not, mate. I would not have said that at all.
I feel that it was just such a mind-boggling, mind-blowing experience, because they're a band, but they're a band of session players. So if you think about it, like the level of just knowledge they have, just playing a gig or even spending a half hour with them, you just have like.
Mate, I'd not have said that at all. I know you like Toto, but no chance.
No, it's just that perfect blend, because they're amazing musicians on stage and performers, and then also it's just.
I'm just waiting for you to say, Josh. Now, I really want to play with Spice Girls. It's been my biggest dreams. Sugar Beige, whatever.
I did it again.
Something mental. I would say, like old school, like Iowa tour Slipknot would have just been insanity, because
that's insane.
That's, I mean, you're locked in a mask vomiting and like, how do you do that once, let alone like on tour? Like the crazy what those guys put themselves through for it. But the energy on stage and how close they must have got with each other would have also been mad.
That's cool.
Something mad, like Red Hot Chili Peppers, but that, you know,
yeah.
Just, like,
So have you got you know.
No.
It's like, I want to play with this band. What band would you play with? You know, I play with that one, this one, that one, this one.
That's fine. So so because we're coming to the end of this now, and because Zoom gives me only a limited amount of time because it's annoying, let's plug it. What have you got coming up? What have you got out? Where can people find you?
Oh, that's really good. Well, we firstly have our latest single. It's called Fade Away. It's out. It's been out for about a month. It's really good. We have really good support on it, and yeah, that's one of our main things for the moment. We haven't got any gigs lined up yet, but we do have. We're involved with a project called War Child, which we're raising some money for, and the page has just gone live. We're partnered with Hotbox, which have obviously set all that thing up, and yeah, so we're basically raising money for that. We've got all of our pages. You know, the page is live, so you can donate, and it's quite nice because you get some quite decent perks. Like you get the chance to donate and actually get things from us, like a private gig or merch for free, or signed things from us, or you get to come to rehearsals. Obviously, you do have to make a donation, but
yeah,
you know, it's cool.
That's cool though.
That's the main thing that we've got going on.
Imagine this, but 10 times more crazy.
Exactly.
More ideal.
One of them, if you're a fan, you actually can donate to get free tickets to our show for our whole year.
Wow.
I wouldn't miss that.
That's pretty sick. I might even check that out. Like,
yeah, definitely.
That's cool.
Go save Fade Away. Go save. We've got Fade Away and we've got Future Manifest, and those are the two singles that are out on Spotify. We're working as hard as we can to get the rest of it out to you. And it will be there, and follow us on everything, and it all helps. And
all of the follows, yeah. I will put all of your pages and stuff description. I will obviously tag it all when I post it out and stuff as well. Keep in contact with me because I might have some gigs coming up that, you know, if you want to come down Bournemouth way.
Right.
That is. Yes, that's cool. I'm assuming these singles are on Spotify.
Yes, two of them.
Yeah.
Cool.
Go on, Deezer, Apple Music.
Apple
Music.
So it's on everything.
TikTok's
cool.
TikTok for that one.
Yeah.
I mean, that's cool. That's awesome. Hopefully this will come out soon. Well, it will come out by the end of the week at some point. And then guys can go and watch, whatever. I don't know. one of the two. And yeah, I hope it helps and all that. Thank you for coming on. It's been great talking to you, and we'll keep in contact, I'm sure, and talk. And I'll try and get down to another one of your gigs because I did really enjoy it when I saw you guys at the Fins. So I'll keep in contact for that as well. Thank you for coming on. Thank you guys at home for watching. Do guys show these guys some love and some support. Go like, follow, share, listen, all of it. Do all of it at once. Go and show these guys for some support for that the charity thing they're doing as well. Go and spend all your money. I don't know if you guys got any merch out. Or are you working on it?
Yeah, we do have some merch. Yeah, it's not like to the amount that we can sort of.
Yeah. I mean, save your money, go to a gig, go watch them play, and then buy some merch as well. do all that. Do all of it.
Yeah, show up to a gig, buy me a beer, and get a free piece of.
Isn't that like
a better deal, isn't it?
Go and help them out. Just go to a gig. Just go show up to one of their gigs. Go show them out. Right. Thank you guys for coming. Thank you guys at home. Keep on playing, keep on listening, and I'll see you guys soon.
See you later.
Rock on, people.